everyone, it's MeShell, and on this ARK Genesis video I'm going to be showing you how to get some really good blueprints. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, it's no secret to anyone that when you use a very good fishing rod in-game, you can actually fish from lakes and you can get some blueprints. And so that's what I'm going to be doing with you all. But I'm going to have to show you how to get an actual good fishing rod. So this is the fishing rod that I have here, and you can see that it is an Ascendant Fishing Rod. Basically, you get them from killing the giant alpha squids in the ocean. So you need to be very, very prepared before you can go and take on a giant squid. Now, it does drop a fishing rod, a already crafted fishing rod. Unfortunately, there is nothing in game right now that will drop you a blueprint for a fishing rod. So you have to kill the Alpha Giant Squid. And there's a couple of things that you will need before you can actually begin this process, and I'm going to be going through all of that very quickly with you all so that you can get these blueprints that you see here on the right. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we can begin getting the blueprints, there's a couple of things that you will need to get yourself set up. One thing that I recommend is get yourself a high-level bloodstalker so that way you can find the bee hives right here. You can find the queen bees in the bog biome. Now, it's recommended that you do get a beehive yourself so that you have endless amounts of honey, which is the bait that we are using for our fishing rod. Optional is having a harvesting dino right here, and I have the harvesting dino, the Bronto, so that I can collect the rare flowers in the Arctic biome. You don't actually need a harvesting dino because you can go up to HLNA and you can buy the rare flowers right here. So that's optional for you guys. The other thing that you must have, and this is without a doubt, without question, is you must have yourself a good high-level Basilosaurus, the little basilos that are in the ocean biome. And you need those in order to take on the Alpha Giant Squid, because those things are very tanky, so I would recommend that you tame yourself a few high-level Basilosaurus as well. Alright, so now that we have all this information, let's go ahead and get started, which is going to be with the rare flowers and how to get those. Now, you're going to need honey when you go fishing, so what you need to do is you need to collect rare flowers in order for you to tame the bee, so that way you can have the beehive at your base and you have an endless supply of honey. So you're going to need rare flowers to tame it, and one location that you can get rare flowers in the game is in the Arctic biome, and you can see that this is where I am, 79.3 by 25.7, and this is where I'm located on the map right here in the bottom left. And when you're on a Bronto or any kind of harvesting creature, if you swipe in the Arctic, you will pick up some rare flowers. And I picked up 4 there. Let's harvest some more. Check my inventory. And you can see that I have the 4 right here. It's not a lot, but it does give you some. Another and faster, easier way that you can get the rare flowers is go up to exchange hexagons, and you can buy them from the HLNA market, the hexagon exchange market right here, for 120 hexagons. And this is the faster and easier way to do that. So go ahead and buy yourself a couple so that you can tame the bee and harvest the honey yourself. I'm in the bog biome right now, and what I'm doing here is I'm now looking for a queen bee that I can tame up so that I have endless amount of honey that I can then use with my fishing rod as bait, because the honey is the best actual bait to use with the fishing rod. So I'm going to go ahead and get on my bloodstalker here, and you want to make sure that you too have a high level bloodstalker. I would highly recommend that you have that. And the coordinates are 75.2 by 78.3, and this is where I am on the map in the bottom right, as you can see. Alright, and let's go ahead and get started. So when you are in the bog biome and you're at the trees right here, the big giant trees, you want to go ahead and go towards the top. Hold down space, and I can hold on to the side. And when you're on a bloodstalker, there's one useful trick that this thing has up its sleeve, and that is you can spot the actual beehives. So right here, for example, this is a beehive. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to dismount. Now the beehives spawn on the tree itself, and sometimes you'll get a good spot like this and sometimes you'll get a bad spot. What I would recommend that you all do is find a beehive that is close to a branch like this, so that way we can enclose it so that the queen bee cannot escape, so we can tame it very, very easily, so we can take it back to our base and get endless amounts of honey. So I'm going to be going and doing that with you all right now. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and use a bug repellent here. And I'm going to go to my Bloodstalker, and you're going to see that I put all of the building materials inside of there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. And you don't need this exactly, but this is what I'm using. I'm going to go ahead and put the essentials on my hotbar right now. I'm going to keep the parachute in case I fall. And I'm going to start with the foundations. Some door frames as well, and some ramps. When you put the actual foundations down, what I'm looking for is to encase the actual beehive. So there we can see that the two foundations down are encasing the beehive. So now what we can do is put down some ramps. And this is just so I can get up to it easier. I'm going to go ahead and put down some door frames as well too. And this is so I have easy access to the beehive so I can shoot at it. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and put some door frames, some regular walls, and some doors down. And we're going to go ahead and encase this in. So now I have the doors, I can open up and close those too. And you can hear the beehive there. I'm just going to put regular walls down now. And it needs to be too high to encase the beehive, so I'm going to put 2 walls all the way around. And then for the ceiling, what I'm going to do is put down some hatch frames so that I can shoot down into the beehive. So I'm going to go ahead and put the trapdoors down as well. Where are they at? There they are. Okay. And I'm going to put some ladders down too because I need to be able to reach the top. So let's put the ceiling down first, the hatch frame. And then we're going to put the trapdoors down so we can enclose it. Now our little area here is entirely enclosed, so the bee cannot escape, as you can see. Let's go out of here. And now we need to put down the ladders. So let's see where we can put those. It looks like the only snap point for those is in front of the door, and I do not want to block the door. Unfortunately, you can't fit it in the middle. Let's see if we can put it on the side, if that's an option. Yep, there we go. Alright, so there's 1. There's 2. And I need to be able to put a 3rd up there so that I can reach the top, so I can shoot down into the hatch frame. Alright, that's not working because it's clipping into the base. Let's see. This might take a moment. Well, let's go down the ladder. See if that helps. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I have 3 ladders now. I can climb up to the very top. And I can open up the hatch frame, but I do not have access to the beehive there, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to go to the other one. And when I look down here, I can see the beehive, so I know that I have good access to that, so I can shoot it. And I can still close the hatch, too. Alright. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and pull out a compound bow, and what I'm going to start doing is attacking the beehive. And as soon as I start attacking it, what's going to happen is these little bees are going to come out to attack me. So what you must do is kill those off. And again, I have bug repellent on so that you too can ward off the bees. But again, once you start attacking the beehive, they'll still come out after you. So I'm just going to go ahead and kill these off. And I'm going to continue to attack the beehive. And this process is going to take a while. You can use a better equipment than what I'm using here. There is stuff that's better than a compound bow, but this is just what I'm using here. Alright, so now the beehive is almost down to 0% health. So let's go ahead and just keep shooting it. And this has taken quite a while to get to with a compound bow. Just gonna go ahead and keep shooting it here. And again, you get more damage when you pull the actual bow back all the way rather than doing a short burst. Alright, it's almost ready. 2 more hits. Here we go. Alright, so it broke, but it looks like there's another beehive right behind this one, which I'm not sure why. The queen bee should be out somewhere. There it is. Alright, there she is. Have rare flowers on your 0 hotbar and go ahead and feed it when it gives you the prompt. And you can see that it's taming here. Alright, so I'm going to quickly get out because the little bees are attacking me. And what I like to do is get on the Bloodstalker, turn around, and I want to get myself a little bit of distance away. It's actually easier when you do this process with another person, but I'm going to go ahead and skip forward a bit until I get her tamed up with you all. Alright, and the queen bee is now finally tamed. So you go up to her, click E, and obtain beehive, and all the little bees disappear. So we now have the beehive in our inventory, and we need to go take this back to our base where it's very safe. So let's get on the Bloodstalker and let's go back to our Arctic base. Alright, now so I'm at the Arctic base, and what you need to do is you need to put the beehive down. So you have to destroy a foundation here. And let's go into our inventory and select the beehive, put it on our slot bar, and this acts as a buildable, in case you don't know. So let's go ahead and equip the beehive, and you see that it can snap to the regular floor, but it cannot snap to foundation. So you snap it to the immediate ground floor, and there you go. And when you access the inventory, what you need to do is put rare flowers inside so that it can grow honey. And this way you will have endless amounts of honey. So have lots of rare flowers put to the side inside your beehive. Alright, into the water biome, and what we need to do now is tame ourselves some high-level Basilosaurus. So there's a level 145, and Basilosaurus are passive tame. So I have cooked lamb chop on my 0 hotbar, and we need to go up to it and press E. And again, you need to tame yourself some high-level Basilosaurus. These things are going to be very, very useful to take on the Alpha Squid. Alright, I went and tamed myself 5 high-level Basilosaurus, and I'm going to go up to each one and I'm going to show you their stats. I like to put their health at roughly 35,000 if I can, and then I put the rest of the points into melee damage. Now, again, you are going to need to have the high-level Basilosaurus to kill the Alpha Squid, because the Alpha Squid drops you a already crafted fishing rod. And again, you need the fishing rod to get the blueprint. So these are the stats of each of my Basilosaurus, and again, some are better than others, but again, you take your pick. I only really need one of these, by the way. Alright, so now our next step is to go into the ocean and look for an Alpha Giant Squid. And these things spawn all over the bottom, so you just have to find one. Alright, and there's an Alpha Squid right there. So let's go ahead and start attacking it. So again, guys, I'm using the Basilosaurus because it is one of the tankiest creatures in the water biome. So I have 3 with me right now. I don't know where my other 2 went, but I'm just going to go ahead and start attacking the Alpha Squid. And you will notice that the electric eels do not dismount me. The Basilosaurus is resilient against electric shocks, meaning that I won't get dismounted from my ride, which is very, very useful. Again, I think these are one of the most underrated creatures in the water biome, so I would highly recommend that you tame up a few high-level ones, and then you can start breeding them too, to take on some of these larger creatures. Alright, so this is going to take a while to actually kill, so I'm going to go ahead and skip forward a bit, and I'm going to show you what I get towards the end. The giant squid is almost dead, and as you can see, it releases the black inkjet that makes you blind. But it's stuck in a corner here, so I'm just going to keep nibbling on it right now until I get it killed. It's almost low in health right now. That's my Basilosaurus health on the screen right there. We're just going to keep biting it. It releases the inkjet when it's close to death itself, so that's how you know when you're close to killing it. Just a few more bites and it should be dead. And again, I'm pretty much taking this on with one Basilosaurus because my other ones are not fighting it at the moment. And this is a level 80, so this gives you a type of perspective. There we go! Alright, so it's dead. And I didn't see what kind I got just there, so I want to get out of here, make sure I'm safe. You need to keep in mind that there are Mosasaurus that spawn here. And let's see where it is. Oh, it's an Ascendant. Oh, that's good. Alright. I'm going to take a look at that in just one moment. I just want to get to a safe spot. Go towards the top. You can see how far down I am in the bottom of the ocean. Like, you have to go very, very far down, obviously, to get to the giant squids. Put some movement speed in. Alright, should be good. Let's look at it. Oh wow, 470 effectiveness on that. That's quite good. Just seeing what else I got. Some black pearls, an eye, okay. But that is an excellent fishing rod. After you put the beehive down and you let it sit for a while, you can actually start to harvest honey from your beehive. I've gone ahead and harvested it, but you need to make sure that you have rare flowers in here. You need to make sure that you're saving up quite a bit as well. So now we can continue on to fishing. For the fishing that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to go into the Arctic zone because there's a good fishing spot that you can fish at to get your blueprints very, very easily. So I've built a temporary base here that you guys can see, and I put a preserving bin here with spark powder, and you can see that I've saved up some honey. And you don't want to carry too much honey on you because when you have it in your inventory it spoils a little bit quicker. So I'm not carrying as much. I'm going to leave most of mine in the preserving bin. I put a vault here as well to show you exactly what I get at the end of this, and I just put a bed here in case I die. I can respawn easily. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you where the fishing spot is located. So come down here. And my coordinates for this is 75.4 by 30.6. And I chose the Arctic zone because there is a pool that spawns only salmon. Now, when you are fishing, remember that you need to have a bench or a wooden chair to sit at. And when you are fishing for the salmon, you need to make sure that you are catching the salmon that are above the size of one. And you can go in here and you can kill off the salmon that are the not correct size. You can kill the ones that are below 1. But I'm just going to fish with my rod, and I'm going to show you exactly what I get from all the fish in here. So we're going to go ahead and take our rod, take it off of our hotbar, put some honey on it like this. So now the honey is equipped. Put it back onto our slot right there, and we're going to put down a wooden chair. And if you haven't fished in a while, remember that you do need a wooden chair. Pull out your fishing rod and go ahead and cast it out. And you're going to have to play the mini game that goes along with this. If you have a better rod, you're going to get better blueprints. So the more effective that your rod is, the better your stuff is going to be. We're just going to go ahead and wait. And there we go. There's our first set of blueprints. So if we go into our inventory, there's some junk that I collected as well, like the regular fish, some metal, but there we go. There's a blueprint for some ramshackle fur chest piece, which is actually quite good, some apprentice scuba flippers, apprentice fur boots as well, and an apprentice for a cap. So that's actually quite good for the Arctic zone. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue fishing with you all, and I'm going to show you all the blueprints that I get at the end. So again, just keep fishing away and you are going to be set with some very, very good blueprints. So my honey is already equipped, so I can carry on fishing here. Check what else we got here. Two Megaloceros saddle, Pelagornis, a manta, and another manta saddle there. Now, one thing to point out that most of you are going to be wondering is, can't I just use leech blood? And yes, you can use leech blood, but the honey is the best for certain sizes of fish. So I would recommend to you all to use honey when you are fishing with this. It just makes it much easier. And that one there was below half, so I didn't get much on that. I didn't get any blueprint. Alright then, so let's go up to the vault here and I'm going to show you everything that I got. And you can see that there are duplicates of each kind of saddle and all of the armor as well too. I did get quite a few Terrorbird saddles, and again, my loot quality for fishing is set at 1, which is the same as official server, so I did not alter my fishing loot quality. Nor did I alter any of like the loot crate quality either. This is all official settings. And so you can see everything that I got here. I got some scuba gear, I got quite a bit of that. And I got a lot of Procoptodon saddles. Some pikes, Pelagornis saddle, and here was the cool thing that I saw, a Mosasaur saddle, a journeyman one. Now again, some of the saddles are a bit more rare to come by, and again, there are things that I did not get that you can still get by fishing. So just keep with it, and eventually you will get stuff that you haven't gotten before. I'm just going through everything right now with you all, and a long neck rifle blueprint, a journeyman, and an apprentice, which is actually quite good. Some ghillie armor that will come in very, very handy. That would be very useful. I got a gas mask, which you will need in this game. I got a lot of Gallimimus saddles, which I'm not sure why. Got a good amount of fur armor, which again is something that you will need in this game. You will need the fur armor, so it's quite good that I got that. I got a fabricated pistol. I even got a compound bow, which I was very excited about. Carno saddles. I did get an assault rifle, but it is ramshackle. Damage is a bit... Arthropleura saddle. I like an Arthropleura. And an Argentavis saddle, which is a bit unfortunate that you can't ride them. Alright guys, and that is all of the fishing blueprints that I got in-game. And again, I was using an Ascendant Rod that I got from killing the giant squid, the Alpha Giant Squid. You can get the actual fishing rods at different effectiveness level, and it will alter the loot quality that you get. And you need to keep in mind that there is no blueprint in the game right now for a fishing rod. So you have to kill the Alpha Giant Squid, and you need to get the fishing rod from that. So make sure that you keep this safe and you do not lose your fishing rod that you get from killing the giant squid. And another thing that you guys saw is that I was getting blueprints from some of the smaller size fish. You still can get some blueprints from the smaller size fish, but it's just not as common as you would if you were fishing for some of the larger fish that were above the size of 1.0. So that just makes it very useful to kill off some of the smaller fish to make it a bit faster in the process. Alright guys, and that is how you get some good blueprints in ARK Genesis. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and I shall see you next time. And a big shout out goes to Twisted and Tyrant, because they were the ones that showed me this awesome idea. So well done, guys.